Hello and welcome to Circulate by CDA with me, Stuart Aldis. So, for completing our month of September around branding, today we're going to talk about enforcing your brand. And what do we mean by that? Well, we mean by consistency, so that no matter how I interact with your brand as a consumer or a prospect, I get the same consistent look and feel, the same messaging across all my touch points. Whether I look at your social media channels, or I look at your website, or I look at an email you've just sent me, or I read something on your website or a piece of printed material, it all needs to gel together with the same consistency. When you create your tone of voice document and your branding documents, we would really recommend you create what's called a brand Bible, some people call it, or a brand guidelines. And what that is a document that details to all of your team and your suppliers how your brand should be represented across all digital channels. When you create your logo, which we spoke about in last week's video, one thing you need to do is create variations that tie back to the main logo for different platforms, such as a bookmark on an iPhone or on an Android app, so that it all ties back into the brand. It's easily recognizable. So one thing we'd really recommend is putting a brand guidelines document together that enforces that guideline. The other thing you need to think about is once you've got your brand and you've got everything working, it's all being consistent, everybody's using it, is again, don't be afraid to adapt your brand or change your brand. Because you've got it in a document, it's not set in stone. It's up to you as an organisation to be able to change that with market conditions. Over the last 18 months, we've never had such varied and different circumstances to deal with. And brands have had to be very agile in how they adapt. So make sure you're agile, because you've got it written on a piece of paper in your brand guidelines document. Don't be afraid to change it if you need to. Be adaptive, but make sure that the organisation you work within is supportive of that change and everybody buys in. So again, there's consistency kept across all channels. You also need to think about your audience and how you market your brand. When you are in the first stages of planning your brand, talking about the demographic of who you were targeting, that will really influence how you market your brand. I was recently with an organisation who were targeting 18 to 22-year-olds, and they were using Facebook to do that. It's totally the wrong channel. You need to use the right channel that's right for your brand. 18 to 22-year-olds should have been more Instagram and Twitter. So it's about knowing your demographic and knowing how to market your brand effectively. If you'd like any more information about how to market your brand or bring that brand guideline document together to get the consistency, then please feel free to get in touch with me. We'll be glad to answer your questions. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, please take care. Thank you very much.